ASEAN taxonomy is actually the overarching guide and common language for sustainable finance in ASEAN. It's also intended to facilitate an orderly and effective transition in our region. To be clear, the ASEAN taxonomy is not here to replace any of the national taxonomies. In fact, it's here to complement national efforts in sustainable finance and sustainability. So you will find that national taxonomies will continue to exist because they address national agendas. But what the ASEAN taxonomy does is it provides guide rails for the regional agenda. So it's very important for us to have our own taxonomy, because if we use the taxonomy of another country or another region that's not suited for our very unique needs in ASEAN, then of course, instead of doing good, it may actually cause harm. And why is ASEAN so unique? Of course, we all know diversity is the essence of ASEAN. So we have countries with GDPs per capita per annum of $60,000. We have countries with the same measure of $1,300. We have differences in our economic structures, in our social structures, in the emissions profiles, and in the resources we have for the sustainability journey. So for example, if you look at the emissions profiles, we have people who have main emission profiles coming from agriculture and forestry. We have others coming from energy. So ASEAN is very unique, and we need a unique solution to address our unique circumstances. As such, it was very important for us to develop a taxonomy which would be inclusive and beneficial to all our member states. So if you look at what we've done, we've looked at what the key driver of functionality is, and the key driver of functionality is inclusivity. So how do we get everyone included in? Obviously, the taxonomy cannot be a binary taxonomy, because a binary taxonomy wouldn't be inclusive. As such, the taxonomy is uniquely designed to be multi-tiered. It's multi-tiered in two ways. The first is that it has two components: a foundation framework, which is driven by principles, and a plus standard, which has metrics and thresholds. And within the plus standard, we have tiers again. There's no single threshold. What does this really mean? It means that our member states and the corporates can actually adopt the mode that fits them best at this point, the mode that they are ready for. So if you don't have the data, you can start with the foundation framework. But of course, our ambition is for everyone to start using the plus standard. And of course, with the plus standard, what we can do is also allow countries and corporates to use the thresholds in the plus standard to actually design their own unique transition pathways. So that in itself is very useful, and it will be beneficial, and it will be inclusive. Obviously, implementing a taxonomy is a big endeavor. All ambitious endeavors will have challenges. It's something that we must accept, but it's necessary. We are prepared to ensure that we work together with our member states and corporates to ensure that this taxonomy is going to really benefit them. At the same time, we're under no illusion that there can be improvements, and there'll always be room for improvements. As such, the ASEAN Taxonomy Board, which is charged with developing, maintaining, and promoting the taxonomy, is very clear that the taxonomy is a living document. It will be continuously reviewed and enhanced to make sure it stays relevant and effective.